If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's August 13, 2020, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the euro looking to break above its resistance-ish level. But first, let's take a look at the economic events. So earlier this morning, out of Australia, we had an unemployment number coming out. But first, looking at the Forex symbols, the euro building itself at resistance, as we just mentioned, and the majors rally to the top of the range, looking for a cue from the euro to break out higher. Now, looking at the indices, the Dow Jones pushing higher this morning after the NASDAQ is trading on support. Interesting rotation there was the NASDAQ, which was stronger. And looking at the commodities, gold looking to bounce after that massive sell-off from 2000, which was a natural occurrence. Okay, the fact that it made this V formation and retraced to the 1800-ish level was quite to be anticipated. Now, in the meantime, oil has been very choppy, $2 range and very erratic, okay, but it's still trading. And lastly, looking at the stocks, Cisco beats its quarterly estimate but trades downwards after its guidance goes further down. Okay, so that may affect the stocks later today. But first, let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're taking a look here at a weekly chart of the Euro USD, and you can see pretty much that we're just hugging right above this resistance-ish line with a candle, not just with a wick. Okay, so something to consider later today. If this does push out higher, then I expect the other majors to do so as well. Okay, but looking at the GBP USD, it's right there, right below its resistance-ish level, not really breaking out higher. If we look at a 4-hour chart, you can see that we rallied earlier in the week, but not breaking out higher as the Euro USD is looking to do. Now, looking at the USD ZAR, also trading right south of support, resistance, at 1761, trading at 1737 right now. Now, this does have a minor support level at this area, so if it does make a quick takeaway on the upside and challenge this is 1761, we may see a breakout. Now, unfortunately, as it's looking right now, South Africa cases of this pandemic is surging, and so I do expect it to affect the markets as well. Now, looking at the Aussie USD, not much of an event this morning. You could see a little bit of choppiness after the unemployment number came out, but really nothing to write home about. Okay, we're really just south of our resistance-ish line. Okay, for those ones that are looking at the daily, if we look at the weekly, that's a little bit clearer. And considering, we have much longer time frame to look at, this is a very important number. 72 is really very important. So if it does close above it, okay, and sustains it, we could see it back into the 75, 76-ish level as well. Now, looking at the gold, okay, now I call it the gold because it's been in such a play. Now, this has really rallied over 200 points since the beginning of last month, okay? And with that said, you have to take that into relation. So it rallied about 200 points, okay, and it retraced about 100 points, okay, which is normal. A 50% retracement, like we mentioned yesterday, is a Fibonacci retracement. So this was, I guess you could say, anticipated with this massive incline on the upside, okay? And so we're looking to regain it. Now, it will regain it, okay? It will go back to 2072. The question is when? Or is it just finding itself a new trading range for now until it's going to break out? So we have to see how this develops, okay, into the next couple of days to really make a call on that. Now, looking at the Dow Jones pushing higher, 27,825, right up there. Okay, so this does look like it's right above its moving average. Now, this could be weighed down with this very solemn Cisco news that came out. Cisco is a very big company in the United States. Really used to be a market leader, just like Microsoft and Apple and some of the other major stocks are today. Okay, so we don't want to take it too lightly. Okay, now Cisco is a NASDAQ stock. Okay, it's not listed on the Dow Jones, but this could put some weight on the Dow Jones as it's trading in these upper limits. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, trading right there on supportish level. Okay, we did bounce, but it does look like it wants to flirt with this supportish level, so something to consider. Now, looking at Apple, it's on its highs or close to its highs. Okay, only about 6 points, rallied yesterday, didn't really take an about face. Facebook did sell off a little bit more aggressively. Okay, so the stocks are still relatively strong. Now jumping into JP Morgan, okay, it jumped up to 105 and then retraced down to this 101. Now 101 is an important number because that was a previous resistance and hopefully a subsequent support. So if it does breach it, we could see it turn. Now I want to highlight the fact again, and looking at the VIX here. Okay, now the VIX is the measurement of volatility in the market, and you can see we're back down to our lower level, which means that I expect the markets to somewhat subside now as we enter the latter part of the month of August. Now, not only that, have to take into consideration that the US is coming out with some sort of stimulus package, hopefully being paid sometime in September. So that should inject some cash into the market. However, that might deflate the price of the dollar further, okay? Because the deeper they, dig into themselves into a debt hole, the worse it's going to be for the United States. So a lot of things still developing, okay, as this pandemic is spreading through the countries. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.